So we are good to begin with, and hi everyone. Welcome back to Public Webinars by Frappe. My name is Babita, and this is the very first webinar that we are going to sit together for this month, and I'm very excited already. I'm excited because we are bringing session today. This is something new that we are trying out, and this is our very first webinar on enterprise. That is how Frappe is also helping large organizations work smoothly with ERPNext, and what all offerings does it have. So for this particular webinar, we have Vibhav Katre, who is the director of growth at Frappe and oversees all the enterprises businesses, who's going to take us through this particular session. Along with him, we have Faraz Khatri, who is the head of the enterprise teams, and who is also going to answer all your Q&A in the chat. So, hi Vibhav, how are you?
I am good. This is my first webinar, so I'm very excited. Thanks
Yeah,
for
we
hosting me.
all are excited too. Like we have around 45 people. I'm hoping it soon touches 60, around 60 participants. So, how
Awesome.
is it going? You recently visited Global FinTech Fest, right?
Yeah. We were at Global FinTech Fest in BKC, Mumbai for the last 3 days. Had a lot of good conversation with like stakeholders from different spectrums of fintech industry, like banks, NBFCs, microfinance companies, a lot of startups. We were pitching Frappe Lending, which is a relatively new product, and we got a really good response. So, as a business team, we have our hands full now.
Oh, that's good to know. Good to know. And I'm also assuming that you have met, like-minded enterprises that we already work with.
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of our existing customers also visited. A lot of potential partnerships also we got. So it was a really
Oh,
good experience for everyone.
sounds great. Sounds great. So, Vibhav, without a further delay, let's see what's all in books for today. So Vibhav is going to walk us through this particular session that he is going to take on Frappe for enterprises, and I hope this particular session is going to be useful for all our attendees. In case you have any questions, to put it in the chat. We'll keep answering those, and towards the end, we'll have a one-on-one Q&A with Vibhav and Firas. So over to you, Vibhav.
Thanks, Babita. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Great. Thanks everyone for joining. Today we are going to talk about how Frappe is, transforming large enterprises with its products and services. We are a or we are trying to transform this at different levels. This is just a quick recap of the overall product portfolio. Some of you who might have visited Frappeverse this year would have seen a different version of this where there were more than 20 products. What I have on the screen is around 10-15 products which are enterprise ready. ERPNext, of course, you would know, it's our flagship software. We also have CRM, HRMS, learning solutions, Frappe lending for loan management, and so on. All of this is built on top of Frappe framework. And then we are building a productivity suite also. So we are basically building everything that is required to run a business, including a cloud platform that we have called Frappe Cloud. So, talking about enterprises, this is a quick snapshot again of our a large enterprise clientele. As you can see, there are multiple industries where we have customers across different industries: manufacturing, distribution, retail, different types of services, even non-profits and education, etc. Right? A lot of these names you will be able to easily recognize, and we'll talk about some of the larger logos out of this as to how Frappe is helping them. Um, but before going there, like, why do exactly enterprises choose Frappe? Right, the top two reasons are the lower total cost of ownership and easier customizations. So because all Frappe apps are 100% open source, the software layer is essentially free. That basically brings down the cost drastically, and as the business grows, the cost does not increase linearly. That's the main reason. Secondly, all of the apps, as I said, are based on Frappe framework, which is a low code, no code web framework based on Python and JavaScript. So that makes any application, every enterprise has their own unique business processes. So Frappe framework just makes it really easy and really quick to customize out of the box solutions that Frappe provides, as well as build custom solutions which can very easily integrate with the out of the box solutions. And apart from that, of course, as it is open source, there is no vendor lock in. You can have your own team trained, you can work with our partners, etc. There is a lot of scalability that we bring to the table, security we take care of. So all of these reasons are the primary reasons. Zerodha, for example, is one of the largest stock retail brokerages in India. They have more than 10 million customers. I think the latest numbers are around 16 million. So they were looking for, they're, by the way, big evangelists of free and open source software, which is FOSS. And they have been using ERPNext and Frappe framework since some time. The way they started was they were looking for a platform, a unified platform for managing their internal operations. They wanted to manage their assets as well, plus they wanted an HRMS, etc. They tried building their own ERP, by the way, but as you can guess, it was not very easy. So that's the time when they stumbled upon ERPNext. And ERPNext and Frappe framework put together brought a lot of flexibility to of customizing the workflows, optimizing the performance at the scale. Also, since ERPNext is a beautifully designed software, it brought a lot of consistency in terms of the UI for their internal operations, and of course, the architecture is scalable. So Kailash Nath, the CTO of Zerodha, is a big advocate of all Frappe technologies, and they have been able to get out of Frappe technologies a lot of streamlining, a lot of internal efficiency. So they are able to manage all the 10 million plus customers. They are able to pull 25-30 million records every day. They are able to manage assets worth of more than 4.5 lakh crore, and they also have their HR and payroll processes now on Frappe. So this is about Zerodha. Vodafone, of course, does not require an introduction. It's a global telecom player, a large enterprise. Vodafone UK was for the longest time using a CSV based and manual SIM order management process, which was very inefficient, and they were looking for something more scalable, something more efficient. And then one of our partners reached out to them, and what they realized was their main pain point was that everything was very scattered. There was no integrated system as such. And being a very large enterprise, there was a lot of complexity in terms of their customer hierarchy, in terms of their distribution, and in terms of not the types of orders and so on. They also had a web shop, and the experience of the web shop and the internal processes was not consistent. What our partner was able to do is use ERPNext and Frappe framework to actually bring in a lot of consistency across the backend and the front end. The customer hierarchy was mapped properly. The order management process was enhanced. Even they could make the UI UX experience of the web shop very consistent, and this led to a lot of increased order management efficiency. It also led to a better customer experience. They were able to manage their inventory much better, and this is how Frappe could add value to Vodafone UK. Chewy is a Fortune 500 company. It's based out of US, one of the leading e-commerce brands in the pet care segment. They had a rebate contract management issue where, again, they had a lot of fragmented processes. They were on different softwares. Things were going on Slack, plus Dropbox, plus email, and so on, plus their internal systems. This was leading to a lot of monetary loss in terms of rebate leakage, and again process losses as well, because contract management has a lot of complexity in terms of the authoring and actions and etc. So what ERPNext was able to help them was to bring all of it together and create a centralized repository. Also, they could automate the contract authoring, and the accept reject kind of contract actions as well as revisions were able to they were able to manage on ERPNext. ERPNext also comes along with audit trails, which help them in the compliance, etc. And there was a lot of automation of notifications and a lot of advanced reporting that they were able to do. This not only reduced their rebate leakage, which is the commercial benefit, but also in terms of their operational efficiency, there was a lot of enhancement. And even strategically, in terms of decision making, they were able to provide much more nuanced insights. And that's how Frappe added a lot of value to them. So these were some of the customer stories, success stories that are examples of how Frappe can digitally transform large enterprises. But how does Frappe actually does this, right? How does Frappe do this? So what we have realized over time when we have conversations with enterprise customers is that there are certain set of things, primarily around scalability and performance, that they look for. This includes, when it comes
Uh,
to cloud, they require
Vibhav, just
uptime
give
gap.
me a minute. I think the slides are not syncing well.
Okay,
Still shows us a chewy slide. So if you're on the next slide,
yeah, I have moved on. I'll probably stop sharing and share again. Apologies for the interruption. Now, are you able to see a new slide? How does Frappe enable enterprises?
no, not yet.
Okay. Now,
No, I don't think so. It's coming up.
Maybe consider rejoining. Vibhav, would it be possible to rejoin the webinar?
sure, sure, I'll do that.
Yes, thank you. Apologies, guys, for the interruption.
Yeah, I have rejoined. Babita, if you can make me panelist again.
Yeah, doing it. Yeah, you're already a panelist.
Uh,
Just check for access.
Host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Yeah, I've given you the access.
Yeah. Mm, are you able to see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Sorry everyone for the interruption. I think some technical glitch. Yeah, so the scalability and performance slide is up now, right? So that I can just make sure it's transitioning well.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So let's continue. What we were talking about was what are the primary enterprise concerns. Most of them revolve around scalability and performance. When it comes to cloud, they require uptime guarantees and reliability. In terms of security and disaster recovery, they require assurance. They need OEM side support. They need product upgrades. Compliance is another major thing on their mind. And also, ultimately, since these are large enterprises, a lot of them are fast growing, they need scalability. What they're really concerned about is that it is a very well known fact that a lot of ERP implementations fail, right? McKinsey, for example, has quoted that around 70% of ERP implementations actually fail. The other thing is, when you go for proprietary software, there are a lot of hidden costs. And by default, being large enterprises, there are a lot of sites, there are a lot of applications that the IT team needs to manage. So they are worried about that as well. The approach of Frappe to solve this is fourfold. Frappe offers application warranties, which basically covers all the updates, security patches, hot fixes, bug warranties, etc., which is basically what end enterprise customers require from the OEM side as their first priority. The second thing is technical advisory. We have engineers who have built the applications, who work on the cloud, who work on the Frappe framework, help end enterprise customers with scalability, performance, reliability, architecture, etc. We also provide priority support. So because large enterprises tend to have a lot of critical applications, they cannot work with the normal support SLAs, so we commit to them with much faster SLAs. And ultimately, all of this is orchestrated by an account manager. So the enterprise customer gets an account manager who acts as a single point of contact across the entire life cycle, from onboarding to actually coordinating with the partner for implementation, giving regular updates, providing coordination for the support request, sharing best practices from experience, taking the feature request, taking feedback, and feeding that back into Frappe's roadmap. So all of these things, these are the four things that we offer as part of various plans. So how do the plans actually look like? At the most fundamental level, you have two options, right? The customer has two options. The first option is to host the application on Frappe Cloud. In that case, we offer plan one, which is enterprise hosting. This is nothing but a premium plan on Frappe Cloud, where you get fully managed infrastructure but with enterprise SLAs and product support. Whatever applications you host on Frappe Cloud, in this case, are also the application support is also included in this. The other option in terms of the architecture that you have is that you self host, which is you host the application on your own server. In that case, comes in picture plan 2, which is enterprise application support. This basically includes product warranties, priority SLAs, etc., for enterprise customers. Note that since this is self-hosted, Frappe Cloud is not included as part of this plan. And this plan 2 we always recommend for self-hosted customers, because they get an OEM assurance while they are self-hosting. There are also some very large enterprises who have a very complex cloud architecture. They have a lot of environments, staging, production, dev, testing environments. They want to use different applications. Some of the applications are actually customized, and they don't want to upgrade some of the applications. So they want to maintain various versions of applications. They have a lot of subsidiaries. In such cases, the DevOps load, as intuitively you can understand, is very heavy, and they would want to get the benefits of orchestration and the benefits of cloud management that Frappe Cloud brings, but they are mandated to host the applications on their own servers. So what we have done is we have open sourced Frappe Press, which is the underlying application of Frappe Cloud, and that the customer can use. So essentially, they can run their own Frappe Cloud on their premises. That is managed press. So these are the three plans which we offer for enterprise customers. Just to summarize, for hosting on Frappe Cloud, you have enterprise hosting, which is managed hosting with SLAs, better SLAs. And for your own servers, if you have a simple architecture, then you can go ahead with enterprise application support. If you have more complex architecture and you want to simplify your DevOps, you can go with managed press. Diving a little deeper into each of the plans, what this includes, the enterprise hosting plan, basically you get Frappe Cloud. Frappe Cloud is hosted, is made on top of AWS and OCI. You get dedicated servers. in Frappe Cloud, and you also get automated backups, disaster recovery workflows, etc. You get all the security patching, you get 24/7 monitoring. The reliability is in terms of is enterprise grade, so you get 3 nines uptime. You get all the bug warranty, version upgrades, etc. for the applications you are hosting, and you get application support plus technical consulting from our engineers and architects. The application support plan, which is for self-hosted customers, you basically don't get the cloud part of it, but you get all the support, upgrades, SLAs. You get a dedicated account manager as well. As we have spoken about, you get technical advisory in terms of how to scale your architecture, how to ensure better performance, and you also get guidance on best practices. There has been one plan called Frappe Cloud Hybrid, which has been there for some time earlier. We have merged that plan with enterprise application support now. What that basically means is that an agent sits on top of your server, and you get the monitoring layer of Frappe Cloud. So that is now a part of enterprise application support itself. When you do managed press, basically the Frappe press application is what you get the warranty for or the support for. Note that plan 2 and plan 3 are exclusive of each other. In plan 2 you get support and warranties, etc. for your main applications like ERPNext, Frappe CRM, Frappe HR, Frappe Learning, etc. In managed press you get the support and warranties for the Frappe press application. So you will have our engineering lead working with you in terms of setting up all the systems. You get the advantage of multi-tenancy. You can run multiple sites. You are able to do upgrades, etc. You get centralized dashboards for your app server, etc. And you also get, so you might have heard about Frappe Marketplace, which is built on Frappe Cloud. You will be able to have an out of the box marketplace for publishing some of your apps for your customers or your vendors, etc. So all of these things come as part of managed press. So how do you choose in the plans? This is a very simple diagram. The first critical question you need to answer or your customer needs to answer is whether you want managed hosting or you want to self-host. If you're managed hosting, the way to go is enterprise hosting, which is plan one. If you're self-hosting, then Frappe recommends that you go for enterprise application support. Technically, being open source, the code is available on GitHub and you can deploy, or your partner can deploy the code, and you can run on your own without any OEM support. But we have seen that in a lot of cases which where this was experimented with, ultimately Frappe support is required because you tend to assume that you will get to figure out everything, but you're not able to. So in order to get the priority support, in order to raise requests, in order to get bug fixes, get version upgrades, you need the OEM by your side. And for that, enterprise application support is very highly recommended. In addition to enterprise application support, you always have the option of going for managed press also, if you want to have a SaaS like simplification of your server management. In terms of pricing, enterprise hosting is basically what we used to call premium servers earlier. So it starts from 4 CPU onwards, and the pricing starts from $1,000 in USD, or 80,000 rupees in Indian rupees per month. For the self-hosted customers, plan 2, which is the enterprise application support. For example, ERPNext comes at the ERPNext support comes at $28,000 per year, or 24 lakh INR per year. Managed press is in addition to enterprise application support. If you choose to have it, that starts from 45,000 per year, or $45,000 per year, or 36 lakhs Indian rupees per year. Here is a snapshot of the rate card for enterprise hosting. As you can see, it starts from 4 CPU, 4V CPU, and 50 GB storage and 8 GB memory. You can start, like, if you are going for a new deployment, you can start based on the best estimate, and our team will help you with a starting point, and then you can upgrade or downgrade based on how your performance you like. Enterprise application support, as you can see, it has two variables. One variable is which applications do you need support for. For example, if you need just if you need ERPNext support, it starts from 28,000 USD per year if you have one entity. For every additional entity, you will have to pay either, if you are paying in USD, 7,000 USD per year, or if you are paying in INR, 6 lakh rupees per year. If you are choosing multiple, if you have say ERPNext plus Frappe HR plus Frappe CRM, then you will have to add the rows. So basically, for one entity, it will be $28,000 plus $21,000 plus $14,000, and then for additional entities, you will pay equivalently extra. So this is the overall rate card. A point to note here is that there are some enterprises we have come across who do not use any out of the box applications from Frappe, like ERPNext or Frappe Lending or HR. They just use Frappe framework because they have custom applications. So if you are not using any of the other applications, you can get support for Frappe framework. That line item basically applies only if you are using only Frappe framework. If you are using say ERPNext or Lending or HR or CRM, Frappe framework comes as a included application for your support. All of this is possible because we have now ramped up our team. Earlier, it was a 3-member team. Now we have 8 members. Faraz, who has joined this call as well, leads the team. We have Naveen and Sarfaraz who do customer success. Saurabh does the engineering, so he's the guy to catch if you want managed press. Harshavardhan takes care of technical support. Shantanu and Smithal take care of enterprise sales, and I am Vibhav. I take care of marketing and partnerships for the enterprise business. One quick announcement before we start the Q&A. We are planning to have a invite only, very focused enterprise event. We are planning it in January or February of 2026. We will soon confirm the dates. For more details, you can even drop an email and we will get in touch.
So that was very informative walkthrough, Vibhav and for us. Thank you so much for taking your time out and doing this particular webinar. This was the very first time where we had something, uh, that has to do with enterprises and scaling businesses. Also, I assume a lot of our audiences are known faces, and have been with Frappe for so many years. So good to see that you guys are already scaled. And if you are looking to scale, I assume this particular session was, you found somehow insightful. And because, scaling sometimes can be complex and without a proper plan in place. So once you choose your plan and have everything at one place, it makes your lives and business so much smoother. So thank you so much, Vibhav. Thank you so much for us for taking your time out. Thank you everyone for joining in. We hope this session was uh, insightful to you all, and we hope you're carrying something with you from here. Anything you want to add, Vibhav, before we close?
No, thanks, Babita, for hosting. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Good to have you all, and see you soon. Thank you so much.